video number 3, and it's how to make this guy, which is based off an octahedron, which is this guy. So this is the image in your head that you have, and what you're going to do is you're going to put a pyramid on each one of these faces. Okay, so that's what you're thinking about. So let's try putting one of these together. First we're going to make ourselves a little pyramid. To remind ourselves how to do that. Okay, that's the pyramid, just for reference. We're going to build one of these, what I'm going to call a 4-corner, and I'm going to call this a 3-corner. So the 4-corner is going to connect to other 3 corners by what I'm calling ridges, and these guys are the valleys. So the valleys go between the 4s, and the ridges always connect 3s to 4s. Okay, so I will show you how to build a 4-corner. So you start with the same first move, but you're used to your second move being here to make yourself a corner, but you have to find another place to put it. You go over here. So it's a subtle difference. Instead of completing this corner, which is your natural instinct, and it won't hurt anything, but you need to start building in the opposite direction. And that's going to be your ins and your outs. Okay? Do the same thing again. So you're going to build again. You're going to look to do this, but you're going to actually have to build in the opposite direction. Once you get 4 together, you should there you go. Put them together, and you've got yourself a 4-corner. So this is different from your 3-corner. Very different. However, it's very similar to a 5-corner, just for reference. Okay, so the technique for making a 4-corner or a 5-corner or a 6-corner, they're all the same. But you just keep adding however many pieces you want, and then the last one you link back into the first one. Okay, there's a 4-corner. Now, every 4-corner connects to a 3-corner and 4 corners. But let's go ahead and build the 3 corners off of the 4. So we started at the 4. Make sure everything is nice and sharp. And then I'm going to go ahead and do what I'm used to doing and connect my 3-corner off of the end. So a 4-corner connects to a 3-corner. Now I have another 4-corner connecting to a 3-corner, and just put it in here. Okay, and another 4-corner is going to connect to another 3. The same 4-corner is going to connect to another 3-corner. I'm just going to rip that. There we go. And another one is right here. There we go. So we have a single 4-corner, 4 3-corners, and the start of our next set of 4 corners. Compare it to this one. Okay, so we need a 4-corner at the top and bottom, front, back, right, left. You may be thinking, that sounds like a cube, and you'd be right. So you can think of these 4 corners as being in the center of the faces of a cube, and that will help you put them in the right places. And you may say, but how am I going to imagine what's going on with these corners? Well, these corners, they end up being the same as the corners of a different cube. It's kind of weird. Anyway, let's continue. So this is supposed to be something I do with just this many pieces of paper, so I should be able to wrap this all up now. What I'm going to try next is I'm going to make another 4-corner for the bottom, and hopefully all these pieces will just fall into place. There we go. There's another 4-corner, and if I'm lucky, they should just fit together like that. So I will see if I can make that happen next. I'm just rotating this to see if it's symmetric. So you can do that with your model too. You can just rotate it and see if it's symmetric. I'm reassured that it is. This one is symmetric. Good. Now I'm going to just try, if you see there's 4 pieces of paper sticking out from each one. I'm going to try to connect this orange one and this blue one together. So I'm going to rotate this around, pop this in the pocket, and there's conveniently another pocket waiting on the red piece of paper to just connect it to. It's It's a little messier in the making than when it's finally constructed. It looks hopeful. I'm now going to connect this blue and green piece, but again, there's this recurring theme. You need to make sure your little flaps are popped out before you begin to connect anything, and yeah, they keep falling apart on you. That's kind of annoying. So which one just popped out? This guy popped out. That just happens. You just get used to that, work around it. This guy is going to go in here. I suspect that with real origami paper it would be a little bit smoother. There. Now I'm going to connect. This green one looks like it goes here into this red one. It has nothing to do with the fact that its neighbor is red, that's just a coincidence. This green one I'm going to connect to its another green neighbor. And again, make sure you pull your flaps out before, you can see that they're going to all fold down nicely. Then you can go ahead and go around and connect them all. One of the biggest mistakes that the students made last year as they were building them is they forgot to pull their flaps out. Make sure you pull all the flaps out so that they will all come together neatly. And that's not the best one I've ever made, but it worked. And you can see it did take 12 pieces of paper. I will remind you. There we go. The actual octagon itself has 6 corners, 12 edges, and 8 faces, but the Sonobe version has 8 corners, which means these 8 faces became 8 corners. And the number of pieces of paper is you multiply these number of little mountains, multiply by 3/2, and it will tell you how many pieces of paper you will need to make that object. So in this case you want to make 8 little mountains, so it's going to take 12 pieces of paper. That's it.